Hey chums, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for clicking on this video. Today I'm just going to show you this program that's quite popular with the easy FPS Editor community. It's SLK Img2Pixel. It basically lets you turn your textures and sprites into retro looking textures and sprites. You can add dithering, change the color palettes, and a bunch of cool stuff, which I will demonstrate shortly. You can find this version here on the itch page, but it's slightly outdated, so I'll include this link as well. This is the newest version. You can download the zip here, unzip the folder, and put it somewhere on your PC. You don't have to install anything, which is quite nice. And this version has batch conversion, so if you want to do multiple images at once, you'll have to use this version here. I've spent a lot of time using this version, doing one image at a time, and I don't recommend that. Definitely save yourself a lot of time and use this version instead. Now before I get started and show you this program, I'm just going to do a quick shameless plug. Remember to leave a like on this video, it definitely helps a lot, I think. And remember, you can also become a fella today. Become a fella today for the low price of 15 bucks. That's in South African Rand, so it's really cheap. I chose the cheapest option possible. And yeah, you get cool stuff like loyalty badges. Wow. Custom emojis. Wow. Members only Discord access. Wow. Priority reply to comments. Wow. And member recognition, which I'll give an example of shortly. So yeah, my members only Discord access looks like this. You have members chat, members polls, and members voice chat. And it's pretty lonely in here. It's just me and Lapini right now. So give it some thought, consider it. Become a fella today. So a big thank you to big thanks to Yvonne Lapine 1083, who became a fella 20 days ago. I appreciate you very much. Thanks for being a fella. Also, you might have seen I have another game jam going. It's the Y2K Jam. There are 9 days left as of recording this video. So there is still some time if you feel like making a quick game in 10 days or less than 10 days. Go for it. I'll leave the link to this in my description as well. And yeah, when all the games are done, I'll be live streaming all the submissions. But I look forward to playing that with all you guys. Cool, so my shameless plug is done. Thank you for those who stuck through that. And if you skipped till this part, I don't blame you at all. Now onto this program. So when you unzip the file, it'll look like this. Again, no installation required. You just unzip and get going. It's this one here. And here it is. SLK Img2Pixel. So you can go to load and then load your image from here. Or even easier, you can just click and drag your image and plunk it there. And here you have it. So you can zoom in, zoom out with the mouse wheel. And then you can left click and drag to adjust the slider. So here's before, here's after. You can place it nicely in the middle right there. You can either choose your dimensions here. You can choose what size you want the image to be right here. So this is now 64 by 64, which is pretty low quality. Or you can click on relative. And now this is the same size. I think these images are, let's see. Okay, these images are 256 by 256. So you can keep it the same, or you can half it like this. So now it'll be 128 by 128. You can make it go even smaller if you want. But let's go half for now. As you can see, it's already looking quite retro now. Looking pretty cool. Then you can choose your sample mode. I haven't played around with this too much, but you can see it does make a little bit of difference. I usually just keep it on nearest. And then you also have blur. And you can make it sharper. It's actually pretty cool. I never use the sharpen amount, but this does look really nice actually. There we go. I'll give it 0.10 of sharpness. No blur. So when you're done with these settings here, you can switch to dithering mode. Now the alpha threshold will only work with some images. I don't think it'll do much here. This will be useful for your enemy sprites and stuff. If they have any weird outlines, it'll get rid of that. So I'll show you that just now. Then you can choose your dithering type. And again, I don't really play around with this. I usually just keep it on red mean. These other ones look a bit strange. So I usually go red mean and then put it on 4x4. And now as you can see, it's adding this dithering effect. So if I make it go full, you can see it adds some nice dithering. But I usually just give it like 0.10, maybe 0.20. But I'll make it full so you can see the difference. Here's 8x8, 4x4, 2x2, cluster, which looks slightly different. Then there's Floyd Steinberg. I have no idea who that is. He sounds like a cool guy. And there's also Floyd Steinberg II. And then there's median cut, which looks pretty funky. I usually go 4x4. Give it like 0.10. It's up to you. Just play around with all these sliders. Then you can go to the palette tab over here. And you can adjust the color amount, your blues, reds, and greens. Then you also have colors here. But before I go to colors, something cool you can do is you can go load, palette. And then this program comes with these palettes by default. My favorite one is the Quake palette. And then PlayPal is actually the Doom palette, which is pretty cool. But then you get some other really funky ones like Dawnbringer. Okay, that didn't change much. Let's try Aurora. Look at that, different colors. Then you can try out Resurrect. Oh, look at that. So yeah, it's pretty nice that it comes with these default palettes. I usually go for the Doom one or the Quake one. Here's the Doom palette. And here's the Quake palette. And then once you have your palette chosen, another cool thing is you can go here. I'll show you quick. If you go to this website here, Lospec, you can download a bunch of cool palettes, custom palettes. So you click on the palettes tab, then you can search by tag, the amount of colors, and there's a lot here. There's over 4,000 different palettes you can choose from. So if you go to your SLK folder, go to palette, you can see these are all PAL files. They're your PALs. So when you download from this website, just make sure to download as a PAL file. Then it'll go to your downloads, and then you can just plunk them straight into this folder here. And then you can find it here in the palette list. And then once you're happy with your palette, you can go to the colors tab. You can adjust the brightness, the contrast. You can also click here and just type the values out by yourself and then press enter to apply it. You can adjust the saturation, the hue, and the gamma. And then you can also tint reds, greens, and blues. Take all the red away, take all the green away, blue. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole tool. That's how this works. And it's just a really cool way to make your textures and sprites look retro. Cool, and then when you're done, you can go to save. You can also save your presets that you've made here, and you can save the palette that you've made. But now I'll just save the image. So here's Paving Cobble SLK. And you can save it as any of these file types, but PNG is best. And you can save it, and it's done. And now here we have our two images. This one is the original at 256, and this one's 128 by 128. And here's the side by side. So it made the image smaller, added some nice contrast, changed the color palette. And yeah, I'm a big fan of this tool. But now, as you can see, we have a few different images here, and it would be painful to do it one by one like that. So what you can do is make a new folder, name it SLK maybe. Now, if you want to process all these images at once in a batch process, you'll have to use this version here. I'll leave link in the description. Then you can go back to your program and then say you've set everything how you like it. So now it's just scaled by half. We've added our dithering, chosen our palette, adjusted our colors and such. Then we can go Tools, Batch. Then you can choose your output, which will be PNG. Then click on Input. Now here you must choose the folder you want to batch process from. So it's this textures folder. So it'll pick up all the images within that folder. Then for output, you can choose that new folder you just made, and it'll put them all in there. Then click Run. And it's done already. Very quick. Click Exit. And here we have all the images batch processed at once. And they look good. Very nice. So that's how you adjust texture images in this program. But now say you have some sprites that you want to adjust. We can do that too. So I'll be using this monster that I'm not using anymore. I took these images from Sketchfab. I used an old process from an old tutorial from last year, where I take screenshots of Sketchfab models. I'll leave the link in the description for that video, although it is pretty old. Still relevant. So that's how I got these images here. So now these images are 1920 by 1080. So pretty high quality. So you could go ahead and just process these in the program now. But if you want to maybe trim the canvas smaller first, I'll show you a way to do that quickly. Make a new folder called Trimmed Canvas. Then I'll go to my other favorite program, Sprite. I'll drag this first one in and load the rest. And again, if you want them all to load at the same time like that, make sure they are numbered accordingly like that. Now, what I used to do is trim the canvas automatically by checking out every frame and then cutting out accordingly. But I realized recently I can save even more time by going to Sprite and Trim. There we go. Now it's automatically trimmed each sprite so that nothing gets cut out. Nothing of the character gets cut out. Only the empty canvas. So much easier. Then you can go export. I'll put it here in Trimmed Canvas, PNG. And then if I name it with 0 at the end, it'll automatically number them. Agree? Cool, so that's done. I can close this. Sprite's crashing. There we go, cool. So here we have our creature with the trimmed canvas. And I do this just to cut down on file size. Working with smaller images in this program makes everything go a bit smoother too. It's just a good practice for your sprites in Easy FPS Editor, not to have too much empty canvas. I'm going to open up SLK again. And then just like before, I'm going to make a new folder called SLK. And then we can just add this first frame for reference. Oh yes, and click the middle mouse to move the image around like this. So you can zoom, click middle mouse to move them around, and then left click to adjust the slider. So we don't want them at 64 by 64, that's way too retro. So I'll go here and maybe trim down by 3 looks good. So we'll cut his size down by 3. And then we can go to load a palette. I'll try something different, maybe dual. That looks pretty cool. And then we can go to dither. And now this is where the alpha threshold will come in handy. As you can see, this guy has some dark pixels around his body, and we don't want those there. So then we can adjust the alpha threshold, and you can see it starts getting rid of them. So there's like before, and then if we adjust the slider just until all those dark pixels are gone. To be safe, I'll just crank it full 255. So now there's no chance of any dark pixels around him. So that really helps a lot with this kind of thing. Then we'll put on some dithering, make it 4x4. That's nice. Just a little bit of dithering. I like how that looks. Maybe I'll make it 10 actually. Just a touch of dithering. Then we can adjust the palette if you want to, but I don't. We'll just adjust his brightness. A little bit of contrast there, actually. That's nice. He's a bit too colorful, so I'll turn saturation down. Make him look more sickly, like that. If you want, you can adjust the hue and make him some crazy colors. And gamma, we'll leave that alone. Cool, so once you're happy with all of this, then we can go to Tools, Batch, Input. Now I need to find this. Damn, 1 second. Cool, here it is. So we have the folder here, trimmed canvas. So you can either open it and say select folder, or you can just click on the folder and select folder. Output will be SLK and run. Now it's doing 71 images. Cool, done. Click exit and close. And here we have our SLK'd images. Looking good. Very nice. So yeah, that's how you adjust your texture images and your enemy sprites in SLK Img2Pixel. Hopefully this tutorial wasn't too long. Just wanted to highlight this program, and I highly recommend it. So I will leave the link in the description for this program. If you go search for it on Google, you'll only get the itch page, which is the outdated version without batch conversion. So definitely go for this one instead. Cool, so thanks dudes. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I apologize for being kind of scarce with my tutorials lately. Time is just going really, really, really fast, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I'm going to try my best to make videos more regularly. Ideally, I want to make a video a week, but hopefully the time slows down so I can do that. But yeah, I have more tutorials on the way. But yeah, in the meantime, don't forget to leave a like on the video, please. And subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to help the channel out and me out even more, become a fella. And thank you again to Yvonne Lapine, or Lapine. And hopefully I'll make another tutorial before this time. But if I don't, I'll see you guys then for my Y2K Jam live stream. So I'll be doing the live stream around June 26th. I'll be doing it on this weekend, either the Friday or the Saturday. I'll be playing all the submissions live on YouTube. But thanks again for watching if you made it this far. Hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you soon.